Yo, what's up, guys? I really need to just get this Cycle 9 story done. I'd really like to edit it with photos and go into detail about all the different things and adventures. this is this is Shinobi. This is the back of Shinobi. This is the front of Shinobi. So while I won't edit in any photos on this post, I did on the blog post. You can see those are a bunch of photos of me in kind of spirit mode. One of my check-ins. Did a podcast with my dad. The link is in the post there. Started the Milwaukee chapter of Black Horse Tai Chi. Had some Tai Chi in the park. I guess this is my bootleg editing. My Tai Chi student, Teju, that's him. Can you see him? He brought Muhammad Ali to Milwaukee. I learned that. That's real cool. Come on, Shinobi. Let's yeah, there we go. What else do we got here? I saw a bunch of friends. There's ODB. When I went to New York, I went to New York and saw I saw a guy fire tap dance. I should upload that video. I went to the Hip Hop Museum when I was in New York. This is all New York. That's New York. That's New York. Went to all the different Wu Tang spots on Staten Island. This was really cool. This was this Scholars Garden that they have that they made in New York. The Scholars Gardens are like where old school scholars, all the high level Chinese people, they'd make these gardens all throughout China. And that's where they would go and chill and probably play chess, go in China and drink tea and discuss things. This is that's the Allah School in Mecca. That's the basically the holy ground of the five percenters, or the nations of gods and earths, which Wu Tang Clan they were slash are five percenters. Here's Washington D.C. Oh, speaking of five percenters, this is my friend Asun. Asun, who's lives in D.C. I got to kick it with him. He's from the nation of gods and earth. This is image of. I guess I'm just scrolling through this blog post. This image really messed me up at the National Museum of African American History and Culture or something. These were shackles that the slaves were in when they're on the ship. There were baby shackles. Baby shackles fucked my world up. I don't know if I've talked about that on video. This was you get to a section of the museum, then it's all like Black Power, Black Panthers, Martin Luther King, all that stuff. Feels good after you see baby shackles. Happen to see some tagging in DC. I mean, you can go through oh, in LA, dude, LA. All right, here let's talk about LA for a moment. And there's me at my birthday party. Let me talk about LA for a moment. So, I let me. So this last cycle 9, started real strong. I was meditating for an hour and 8 minutes every day. I was fasting. I was working on my hip. I was everything was good. Then I went on one of these courier trips. Like I say, I don't know if I said it here. I just wrote it, but I got manic like almost immediately on September like 26th or something, and I stayed manic slash spiritual basically from September. Oh, Shinobi's trying to get out. Will he make it? He made it. From September 26th all the way through December 26th, actually. But it was really like it's so hard to explain. Oh, this mannequin in the background. It's so hard to explain the spiritual elements of my mania, and how my mania almost always there's usually a spiritual component there. And so yeah, this last cycle 9 I started really strong in terms of like habits and routines and whatever, and then it just switched to this roller coaster of mania and spirit. And I'll just leave it there. Something that I'm glad I'm doing this cycle is those 12-day recaps, even though there's not a lot going on in my life right now. Had I done those 12-day recaps while all this was going on, I would have, it would have been so much cooler. I would have, talked a lot about DC. I would have spent more time talking about the museum. But this 108 way of the 108 system is like, always getting improved on, always coming together, always getting a little bit better. And that's about it. So we'll leave it there for my cycle 9 story. And just a little bit about the reason I call it cycle 9 story. So I'll freestyle a little bit about my flow to your dream philosophy, or yeah, I guess it's a philosophy, flowism. So the idea is everyone has a story, right? That's everything from right now to the past, all the way to you were born and before you were born, right? What your parents were doing or whatever. It's all a part of your story, your ancestors or whatever. So you have this story, and you have a dream, and your dream is largely a product of your story, right? Whatever it is you want to do, be a doctor. I'm going to say a bunch of cliche things like be a firefighter, be a police officer, start a business, get a girlfriend, get married, start a family, whatever it is. This dream is directly influenced by your story. So it's important to understand your story, because your story influences your dream. And then what you have in between your dream and your story is what I call your flow. And you can look at the flow like right now, flowing in the present, but you can expand your flow a little bit too, so it isn't just like now. The flow is that, but it's basically what your life is. Like that's what you experience. You experience your story only when you're thinking about it. You're having flashbacks or something, good or bad. You experience your story inside of your flow. Your dream, you never experience your dream other than when it's in your flow, or when you manifest your dream and it happens, you hit your goal and it's in your flow, and your dream can become a part of your flow in terms of, let's say your dream is to live in a specific place. Like mine was to live in China, but now it's Taiwan. Now that I'm here, like being in Taiwan is a part of my flow. I'm here every day. So this relationship between your story, well, what I was going to say is, man, I'm just totally freestyling. This has really nothing to do with cycle 9, but it does have something to do with cycle 9 in that this cycle was supposed to be the beginning of me refining this philosophy and this system more and more. So I guess, doing that right here. But so basically, understanding your story, understanding your dream allows you to know what your flow should be, what you should be doing every day, every week, every month. I look at that, those are all like, I look at flow as these like the small cycles, like what you do daily, what you do weekly, what you do monthly. My 108s is a big, flow cycle. That's my largest flow cycle, the 108 days. But that's it. That's life. You have your story, which influences your dream, and then you got to figure out how to adjust your flow, your daily, in order to move you to your dream in a way that is satisfactory or enjoyable. And I specifically use satisfactory because you could be working on a dream, like let's say it's being a doctor, let's say just being a doctor, that flow isn't all about good times, chilling, man. It can be that, but it can also be working really hard and it's not fun. Like it sounds like when you become a doctor and you have to do, I don't know, that before you are a doctor, all that stuff you have to do when you're, getting little sleep and you're working hard or whatever, you're in the ER and everything's terrible. That might not be fun, but it's satisfactory because it's taking you closer to your dream. So, story, dream, and flow. This was my story for cycle 9. My dream/flow for cycle 10 will be coming up. I'm behind on all this because, like I said, I was just spiritual/manic right all the way up till December 25th, 26th. I got a shot that took me out of the game, and I've been in and out of the game since then based on where I'm at with that shot. But things are going well now. Drink water. All right, that's it. I'll start working on the cycle 10 dream/flow. There we go. Love you guys. Hope you're dreaming. Hope you're flowing. Hope you have a good relationship with your story. All right, peace.